Hello there, and welcome back to Aqua Plays Dragon Age Inquisition. So, we're still here where we left off in the Hinterlands. When we left off, I was trying to decide, or at least I left for myself basically to decide, whether or not to continue here in the Hinterlands, or to, like, go ahead and head back and maybe come back later. Because there is a bit more current Hinterlands that I know that I want to do. I'm not necessarily planning to do everything like I've mentioned before, but there are some things I think I want to do here. But I'm just kind of debating whether or not to continue here and just kind of try and finish the stuff out before I head back to Haven or not. Because at this point, so when we left off, we'd basically finished up, I think pretty much just about all of like the refugee quests, like helping the refugees and everything. So we've kind of completed that, which was something I know that like I felt like, you know, it made sense for Mintriel to want to do. And I also feel like it makes sense that Mintriel would care about, you know, getting the mounts. It's just kind of something, you know, that I feel like makes sense for us to do, that we still have to do here in the Hinterlands. Otherwise, I don't know that there's really anything in particular that we care about. Like, we can, you know, get other stuff here, like the shards and rifts and stuff as we, happen to do so. Let's see, fighting between apostate mages and rogue Templars has driven refugees from their homes and endangered everyone in the area. Okay, so that's something also, I guess, related to the refugees and taking care of them. But yeah, I'm just trying to... Oh, that's right, yeah, and then we had... Yeah, so we still have some lingering quests, but yeah, I'm just trying to think in terms of what... Oh, and you know what, we are going to need to go to Redcliffe, inevitably. You know, I actually forgot, yeah, that we will have to go to Redcliffe at some point. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that's where the mages are holed up, right? The ones who aren't just, like, the ones who are still kind of, like, maintaining some legitimacy, within the circle and everything. So, you know, because I was thinking, I was trying to decide, you know, do I want to just, like, finish what remains in the Hinterlands that I, like, care about doing while I'm here, so that I don't have to necessarily come back unless I have something specific reason to come back, especially just because it kind of feels like it makes sense in a way for, you know, narratively, kind of, for us to just do whatever we need to do here, and then, like, rather than, like, traveling all the way back out of here and then coming back, it just feels a little weird. But realizing now, I forgot that we will have to go to Redcliffe, I believe, inevitably, to, like, negotiate with the mages there, because we're going to be siding with the mages, obviously, with Mintriel, and her attitude on things. We're obviously not going to be siding with the Templars here, because, you know, she's Daedalus and doesn't, you know, see quite the shares of the magic and everything, and believes in greater degree of freedom for mages, so obviously she's going to be siding that way. So we are going to have to go Redcliffe for that. In general, yeah, there is still quite a bit left in the area, and we obviously do want to get the mounts. That's, like, one of the things I knew we did want to do, but there is still a little bit of other unrest here, I guess, to kind of deal with as well, but... yeah, it's just kind of both of these groups, I guess, in a way. Interesting. But, you know, at the moment, you know, so I think we will go back, because there's actually a bit more left here. Like, I was thinking if there wasn't a whole lot left, we would just stay here and work it out, you know, maybe if it was just getting the mounts, and everything, but there actually is a decent bit left, and I think, regardless, we have to come back anyway at some point, I think, to go to Redcliffe and talk to the mages, so I'm thinking we actually head back now, since we've kind of, like, you know, we've helped the refugees out a lot, kind of stabilized the region a little bit, so it kind of can make sense we head back to Haven, we kind of catch back up on things there, and stock back up, and then we can continue with the main quest, with going to Val Royeaux here. Yeah, so we can go talk to the Chantry clerics and kind of try to gain some legitimacy for the Inquisition here. So I think that's what we will do. So, yeah, especially because, like, we've leveled up a decent bit, and, yeah, we have a lot of, like, stuff, I believe, to, like, that we want to get into messing around with crafting and everything, too. And yeah, so just heading back, I think, and catching back up at home seems like a good idea right now. So let's do that. How do I do that from here? We will go to Haven. Yeah, we still want to modify some more. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff that we want to, like, use, but we have to go back to Haven to be able to upgrade our stuff and everything and craft some new things. So we will do that, and plus we can maybe I don't know if we'll be picking up some new companions just yet. I forget when exactly we get the rest of everyone, but we might be able to meet some new faces here soon. So that sounds like a good idea. Let's see. Special shipment. And then, you know, we can also maybe catch up with everyone. The blacksmith wants us to modify some armor. And then, of course, we're going to have more stuff on the war table to mess around with. What are these special shipments, though? I want to see what's going on with that. Is this the... This is the Chantry, right? Oh, no. This is just the way into the rest of Haven. Okay.
Scattered reports of Tevinter sightings in the Hinterlands.
Mages?
And their servants, yes.
Oh, we might be able to unlock some more potions, too, which would be nice.
Assumption Scout Palain. No circle mage has ever caused anything like the grief. Heaven has been filled with silence.
Yeah, it takes a special kind of mage to cause something like this. Certain egg-shaped mage, perhaps. But our character doesn't know that yet. Doesn't have any clue about that yet, just yet. What is this, though? What? What the heck? Did I get something from that? I don't know if I actually got something from that or not. That was weird. Okay, actually, I might need to go through stuff. I can't remember if we've gotten anything new of interest here. Possibly. Okay, level 9, so no. Oh, you know what? I didn't even realize we have a move to valuables option. That's nice, so we can move stuff to valuables, and then just... Because, right, isn't that what we sell? Like, let me go find a vendor real quick.
What kind of name is Charter, anyway? Doesn't sound elven.
I said you could call me that, Scout Palain. I never said it was my name.
You're a bit terrifying at times, Charter.
Why? Because you're realizing that every elf you casually call Knife Ear might have a life you know nothing about?
I was hoping you'd forgotten about that.
In this line of work, we can afford to forget nothing.
Yeah, you better treat us elves with some respect, man. You got an elf lead in you now, so you better treat us with some respect. Or you will get it. Okay, here we go.
Lissa wants to know if you have anything that can make tavern food taste a little more exotic.
If I had something with that kind of power, I'd be retired and living like Empress Celine.
Alright. Anything new to say? Probably not.
Good day. Or good as it could be with the sky ripped apart.
How's the mood here?
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet, I imagine it's no better for you. You've got my sympathies, for what it's worth.
Okay, I think it's the same thing you said before, so...
Until later.
Okay.
Stay safe.
Not too much change there. But yeah, let me see. So when yeah, because this is valuables, right? Oh, yeah. I don't remember. Yeah, I actually forgot that that was a thing we could do. So actually, that's actually pretty nice. We can actually move stuff to valuables so I can just know for sure what I'm actually selling. That's actually really nice, because it is kind of annoying having to go through and remember what it is that I was actually going to sell and what I was not going to sell. But now I know I can go through, and if I'm not going to use a dagger, I can just toss it into valuables and sell it much more easily. So that's fun. Anyways, what am I currently using? 141, 139. Is this an extra one? No, that's what I have equipped. Okay. So those I have equipped. This one I do not have equipped. It's not quite as good. I did craft this one. I think I will go ahead and just sell that one, though. And this one we can obviously sell. This one, it's not quite as good, so probably just go ahead and sell that one. Yeah, this actually makes it so much nicer. I can just move it all to valuables and don't have to try and remember what it is. I keep this one, we'll keep, because obviously it's a higher item level. I can't remember, do we have like a place we can store things? Like a chest back here even? That would be useful, like a storage, so I could put higher level items there, so I can keep them out of the way. I'll have to, I don't remember seeing anything like that when I was exploring Haven the other day, but maybe I missed it. Anyways, let's get everyone else figured out weapons-wise for now. Yeah, we don't need this, so... Valuables, and... Loot valuables, okay. And then shields... Wait, why is that comparing to the... Wait, why do you have 2 sledgehammers? What? Oh, the sledgehammer is two-handed. Wait, why do I have you using a sledgehammer then if it's a two-handed? You're supposed to... No wonder she's getting her ass... Oh, sorry, just a second. Sorry, it's a bit of something in my throat, but no wonder she's getting her, like, ass kicked in and isn't able to keep up the armor, because she doesn't even have a shield on. I didn't even realize I had her using a two-handed weapon somehow. Definitely did not mean to do that. How do I move one of these one-handed items back from valuables? Where do I see my valuables? Yeah, how did that even... I don't even know how that even happened, to be honest. Somehow I ended up giving her a two-handed weapon, which is why obviously why she's not doing very well as like a sword and shield SMGs. Alright, we'll take this back so we can actually put a shield on you and get you some armor that you so desperately need. Let's see, 30% front defense, range defense, they're both the same, so just throw that on. And we can sell the other one. We don't have anyone that needs bows just yet. So we can go ahead and sell any that aren't particularly interesting. I guess I'll keep that one, but we'll sell these. And then Solus can probably get rid of... Well, we might want to keep them around one of each type for now, since we... Yeah, we might want to keep like one of each kind of around since we do have those barriers that need certain magic types to get rid of, so I'll keep one fire staff, and I'll keep the best lightning staff we have. A lot of shocking staffs to sell. I think we were fighting a lot of like lightning focused mages there, weren't we? And then we'll keep the best two-handed. I don't know when we're gonna get Iron Bowl, but at some point we'll need it, but might want to keep the best couple of those, I guess, and we can just move the rest of these to valuables. Okay. And then we will go back to armor. And what are you wearing for armor? That's what you're wearing, right? Yeah, equipped. Why? I kind of like in the old games how your equipped stuff would be like in a separate kind of thing, or at least Dragon Age 2 was like that. Well, Dragon Age 2 we didn't have armor on companions anyway, but yeah. Anyways, what are you currently wearing? You are wearing Chakratar. See, it's not showing that in here, but Apprentice Mail. We could, like, upgrade that maybe to be decent. We have to remember that, too, with some of the stuff we can upgrade, but we might be just crafting stuff anyways. Spirit Resistance, that would probably be pretty good, but you have to get level 6. Okay, so we'll just hold off on that. Yeah, and then let's see. What are you wearing? Vedic. You would want medium armor, probably. What you have is kind of better in some regards, though. Probably move these to sell. And then Cassandra, what are you wearing? What are you currently wearing? You're currently wearing the Defender armor, which is probably overall pretty good. So yeah, we can get rid of this one. Okay, and then what else do we have to look at here? Accessories. We don't have like any other belts. You do not have an amulet, but we don't have anything to give you, so that's fine. And then we have that. I don't think we don't have anyone that has a grappling chain yet. So throw that on anyone. I probably don't need 2 of them. So move one of those. We don't have Mighty Blow yet. Don't have a lot of this stuff, so we're just kind of holding on to it for now, I guess. Barrier damage bonus. And that's what you're wearing for one of yours. Okay. That's fine. Alright, and we'll hold on to our crafting materials and our schematics and recipes and everything, probably. I'm gonna just sell all my valuables. Nice, okay. And how much gold do I even have now? 1409. Is there anything I wanted to buy from you? I can't remember. Anything like recipes, maybe? Yeah, we could get the Bianca schematics, I suppose, while we're at it. And then there's also upgrades we can go ahead and buy, or we can make our own upgrades, I guess. Yeah, so I guess let's go take a look at the blacksmith and see what's going on with all that. See what we want to do as far as crafting and stuff.
Our mounts. Most of them should be pulling plows.
We didn't all grow up with fancy noble horses, Arnsberg. You ride whatever holds you. Why are you here with the scouts instead of fobbing around with the nobles anyway?
My uncle died at the conclave. I'm a good rider, and, well, I thought I'd be more useful here.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna get the mounts. We'll head back and get the mounts at some point here, don't worry. Probably before terribly long. Do you have anything to buy, sell? I can't remember. Do you have like a buy, sell, or is it just... Yeah, you do have one, okay. Let me see what I can buy from you. Oh, that's right, this is like just that. And you don't have anything else for me to buy, okay. Let me look into crafting stuff then. Okay, do I have any decent schematics for anyone? What happens if I look at this? I don't know. Do I have any decent schematics to make? I don't know, it's hard to tell one. Let me look at the modify maybe first. Modify armor. Okay, I cannot modify anything right now, it looks like.
Another time, then.
What about weapons? I can upgrade these, but I would need runes, which I do not have any of those yet, I don't believe. Yeah, I could change the upgrade, but I don't think I have anything else. So, okay.
Another time.
I guess I need to make some more stuff, maybe? If I have anything that I can make that can actually get upgraded, or can I make some upgrades, I guess? Would probably be a good idea. Because what am I currently... Okay, let me just take a look at what I'm currently wearing. As far as light armor, I have reinforced apprentice armor, which has empty legs and sigil. So probably be a decent idea just to go ahead and make those if I can.
Let me know.
Yeah, honestly, it's been so long since I did all this crafting stuff in this game that I'm having to relearn it all pretty much. But let's see, light armor. Oh wait, no, not modify. I meant, sorry, I meant craft. And I want to craft, if possible, scout mail arms. Is that what I said I needed? I don't. Oh gosh, can you stop saying something every time I go in and out of the menus? No, I need legs. That's right. I have arms. I need legs and a sigil for this. But I don't think I have any way to make... Oh, I do. I can make some arms. Okay. Or some legs, rather. Sorry. So... I can see what is available. I can increase my health, increase melee defense... And yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. More health probably would be nice. So I'll probably go with that, and then... I can increase my cunning, dexterity... Yeah, basically either of those. I'm not sure which is more important for me as a dueling rogue. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. I go to character record. I just want to see, which one is more important for dueling rogue? I'm actually not sure. Character's agility, reflexes, and coordination. Each point increases attack for rogues only and critical damage bonus. Okay. And then cunning, intelligence, and deviousness. Each point increases critical chance and range defense. Okay. So cunning is like more like critical chance, and the dexterity is the damage and attack. So dexterity is probably generally more important. I'm trying to think, because I feel like, yeah, we generally wanted more points in dexterity overall, usually. I know, I feel like, wasn't it like usually archers wanted like high dexterity, and dueling rogues wanted like, I guess dueling rogues also wanted high dexterity, but I feel like they also wanted high cunning a bit more as well. And maybe higher strength a little bit too. But I don't know, I guess it's different in this game because I feel like strength contributed more to like, well, not always, I guess. Never mind. I know. I'm trying to think back and remember, but yeah, I feel like dexterity was like, because I remember when I did do like a an archer in Origins the one time that I played that, like I got to like a super high dexterity, and it was like he was like just the amount of damage he could deal was like crazy. But yeah, I guess like range defense isn't as big of a deal. Like obviously it is important, but I feel like, yeah, dexterity overall seems like something more important for us because of the attack and the critical damage. Like we do want the critical chance as well, but I feel like higher dexterity over cunning makes more sense for us probably, so we do probably want to go for that. Okay, so that makes it simple then. So we'll give ourselves some health, and then we'll give ourselves some dexterity. Whichever one is easiest for that. Truffalo hide wouldn't be bad. Or ram leather is pretty easy. Let's do that. Okay, that's fine. Don't need to rename it. And then I just want to modify my armor. Whatever I'm currently wearing, which is this, right? Wait, why can't I put the upgrade on there? Or are they not light legs, the ones I made? Hold on. Vigorous, agile scout legs. Upgrade can only be attached to medium armors. Okay. Never mind. I didn't realize that that was medium. Okay, wait. So I'm currently wearing, I guess, light armor? Oh yeah, I'm wearing light armor, but I could wear medium armor instead, but I don't have anything that would benefit from those legs, so I just made those legs for nothing. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, I didn't realize I had to do light legs. Okay, I don't think I have any way to do light legs right now. I don't have any schematics for it. Yeah, I can only make heavy arms and medium arms, medium legs. Okay. Okay, well, what about, what are you wearing, Cassandra? I guess, what are other people wearing? Oh my gosh, that guy's gonna drive me crazy talking every time. Okay, Cassandra, what are you wearing again? So we could give her some heavy arms and heavy legs. We could make those for her, at least. Since we have the schematics for those. We really need to get some more schematics, it seems like is the thing right now. I thought we were going to be able to do a lot more crafting and upgrading here, but we just don't really have the schematics and everything to do as much as I would like. And I'm not sure where we're going to get sigils. We'll have to see that, but yeah, he's wearing heavy armor right now, which is kind of not really what we want him to be wearing, but eventually we'll be able to fix that. But I don't think we can even craft any light armor right now, so... Yeah, okay, so I think just Cassandra, we can make some stuff for her. Armor-wise, at least. Yeah, because I think we can only make... Oh, we do have a light armor schematic. The Antim Star. And a medium here, okay. Medium. So I could try making a medium armor. Because what does this make? Okay. Does that make anything that we would be interested in? So if I make the Avar... I could make the Avar... We need 8 leather, which... What is this? This is an armor slot. So it's just gonna affect the armor that we do, I guess. Which doesn't really change. So I guess we could use ram leather for that, and then we could do... For defense... So we'll get defense. Or we could do... The stone bear, which how does that work? And that's will be the same thing basically, but then this is also defense. Okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just whichever one looks least hideous, really. Which that's what I'm currently wearing right now anyway, which is kind of hideous, but maybe not as bad as the stone bear one. I don't know. How do you tell though if it how do you tell if it's gonna have any, like, slots for upgrades? I don't know if it tells you that or not, to be honest. But, like, the scout coat, armor, and then defense. So if I make an Avar armor, I use ram leather, and I use... I don't know if melee defense is better or if the health is better. I guess I'll go for the melee defense here, maybe. Iron. So if I make that...
Looks fine.
I'm pretty sure I can't add any upgrades to that, right? Is that the one I just made? No, blocking Avar armor. Okay, it's not as good as the Avar armor that I have. That's a level 7, anyway. Okay, yeah, so it's not really worth anything. Okay, so I'm just gonna sell that one again then. Okay, yeah, so none of our schematics here can really give us much. Okay, so I think we're just gonna want to make some arms and legs for Cassandra for right now, and then probably call it a day from there. Unless I want to make some light armor, maybe for Solus, possibly? Though I don't think that's really gonna do much for me. Yeah, you know, I think for now, yeah, just making the arms and legs for Cassandra is basically all we can really do that will be of any use, I think, so. Alright, so this will give us... So we can do health, melee defense, or melee defense. Okay. And then what does the other slot do? Range defense, cold resistance, fire resistance. Okay. I guess go for range defense and maybe some melee defense. And then we'll make... Oh, we can't make any legs, never mind. Oh wait, what's the difference in these then? Sorry, I didn't even realize they're both arms. Is this one actually better? So it's like the same for this part, and then the second part is more melee defense. Okay. Not really a big difference. Okay, well we can give Cassandra the arms at least, I suppose. What are you currently wearing? This. We can give you arms. And that gives you a little bit extra. Doesn't really gonna do a whole lot, I don't think, but at least it clears that quest too, so that's kind of nice. And then what about weapons? We couldn't modify our weapons at all, right? I think, could we make any worthwhile weapons? Probably not, but we can see. I can make some more daggers if I wanted to. Sacrificial dagger gets up to 188. What am I currently using? I kind of wish it would show me what I'm currently using when I look in there. Empty grip and empty rune. So we don't have any runes yet. We have an empty grip, but I don't think I can make a grip. Maybe, but we'll see. What else can I make? Can make some bows, but I can't really do anything. Well, I could make some stuff for Bianca, so I'll have to look at that in a second. I don't have any runes. Okay. So I could possibly make a sacrificial dagger, though. Which might be kind of nice. So this just determines the damage, I think, right? Which looks about the same across everything. So we might as well just go with iron that we have the most of, and then offense and utility slots. Okay, so utility, we can give ourselves strength or constitution. And that's about it right now. I don't know that strength really does a lot for us as a rogue. I feel like the constitution might be better. And then barrier damage bonus, or... yeah, basically all I have available right now with what I currently have. Ooh, 5% heal on kill would be nice. But I don't have... ooh, 6% heal on kill, yeah, but I have to get more of those. But I guess I'll take that, and I might as well craft that. And I can't make any grips, right? For my stuff? I don't think so. I can just make bow stuff, not stuff. Okay. So then... if I want to use this, it would be better than either of the ones I have, though we get more bonuses from the Masterwork Stiletto. So I guess I will replace the Shrewd Knife with this. But I still have an empty grip. And then for... which I can't make any right now. I don't think I have any put on either. And then Theric. You currently have Amy Module 1, Sturdy Bianca Grip, Bianca Arms 1. Let's see if... what all that means here. Modify weapons. For one thing, can I... No, because I do not have anything to do that with. Okay. And then, how do I upgrade Bianca here?
Another time.
How do I upgrade Bianca? Do I not do it here? Aiming module 1, sturdy Bianca, grip Bianca, arms 1. How do I see his... Oh, do I have to... Oh, that's right. I have to switch to him, right? Yeah, okay. And if I do that, then I can see Bianca, and I can see what we actually have. So we have... Aiming module 1, which gives 3% critical chance, sturdy Bianca grip, cunning, Bianca arms 1, 5 damage, 6% attack. Okay, so the question is, can we make anything better than any of those to apply? Or do we have anything better than any of those to apply?
You need something? Let me know.
Because I can make some more, stuff. Masterwork sturdy Bianca grip. That's probably would be pretty good. I mean, obviously the material's gonna have an effect here. So we can either get cunning or we can get dexterity for you. Let's see what else we have before I commit to that. Bianca aiming 1 is the same as it currently is, I think. Though, armor penetration sounds pretty nice, though, actually. I like the sound of that. And then Bianca arms 1 enhanced. What can I do here? Extra damage. And then I can do critical chance or critical damage bonus. Looking damage bonus. I kind of like the sound of some critical chance for you. And then this we will do cunning, I think. Let's get up that critical chance for right now, I think.
Good.
And at least Varric's weapon we can upgrade a decent bit. Oops, wrong one. We need the weapons.
Another time, then.
Weapons and not the armor. Okay. Okay, so let me switch this out for this. And switch this one out for this. Yep. Just a straight up increase on that one. And then this one, we're gonna go for that. Okay. Alright.
Good.
Okay, well, at least I feel like I've done a little bit of something to upgrade us. Not quite as much as I was expecting to be able to do after all that looting, but oh well. I actually probably need to sell some more stuff then. Not that, but maybe under upgrades, anything. Yeah, move. I guess I'll keep these in case I get a chance to use them later. Go ahead and sell those upgrades to clear our inventory a little bit. What else can I sell? Anything worth selling? I don't necessarily think so. Yeah, I think we're good. Anyways, let's see. People have anything else they want to talk about?
occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
Oh, geez,
What do you
camera
want to
angle.
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Tell her.
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh, I didn't think your people roamed that far north, but clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
I mean, yeah, eventually, you know, she does still feel a responsibility to her clan and a kinship with her people, so... But she, like I mentioned before, she was very kind of eager to get out of her clan and get to see more of the world and explore more, so... She would say... eventually, perhaps.
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
Nope, it will not. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Just being friendly.
No motivation, beyond making things between us less...
Antagonistic?
Exactly.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're Navarran royalty?
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Is that why you left Navarra?
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
What happened to your brother?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Alright, very well. I understand it's a tough subject. Tell me about Navarra.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
What about your parents?
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a Mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Mortalitasi?
Your uncle was a Mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The Mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Oh, and you worked for the Divine?
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I think there's like a cartoon or something showing, like, I'm not sure if it's that exact story, but some kind of story with Cassandra, but I've never, actually I've never watched it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I've never watched it, but sometime I really should check that out. Yeah, there's a lot of the media external to the games I haven't checked out. I did start reading some of the Dragon Age books, and then I just kind of couldn't get into them, but I might give some of the ones I haven't read a chance, because they were by different writers than the ones I read, so we'll see at some point. But anyways, what is a right hand?
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You believed in her.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinia knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
How did you become right hand?
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that?
Yes, I do.
What, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
So what happened?
You're stalling.
To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart, and there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
What became of the mages?
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and Most Holy's gratitude. Many of them died at the conclave.
You're still a hero.
I think you're a hero, no matter how you downplay it.
Fine. But it was 20 years ago. I will not rest upon my laurels.
That's all for now.
I'll let you get back to work.
Interesting, we unlock some codices with that. Alright, let me save real quick. And then will be back in just a moment. Let us go bug the rest of our peeps then. Let's see, Colin. Somewhere around here, right?
See reason, Lisette. We cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because we're Templars.
What does that even mean anymore?
Pretty sure we already heard you had that conversation before. Colin... Where's Colin again? Isn't he somewhere around here? Oh, that's right. He's down this way, right? Let us go bug him a little bit.
So if we get better horses, you think that'll make a difference?
Yes, I know. We gotta get Nostradam's horses. Don't worry, we will. In due time. In due time. Let's see. Oh wait, not this way. Never mind, not this way. Where's Colin again? I guess I can just look at the map. Oh, he's all the way up there. Never mind. I don't know why I was thinking he was further out here with some of the Templars training, but oh well. Oh well, wait, what? Is there anything in here? No, okay. Just felt like I hadn't gone in there before, but maybe I have. Or maybe there was just nothing in there to begin with.
Travel safely.
You were the sky. When there was no earth, you were the earth.
Okay, let's see.
You're worried about the rifts. I understand that.
Okay.
Creator, see me kneel, for I walk.
Blacksmith, let's go talk to other people. Derek, how are things going?
Need something?
Oh, come on. Can we get a decent camera angle here, please? Oh my gosh. It's one of the only problems with this. When I like the closer camera angles, but sometimes it just messes up, like with that Cassandra there. There we go. That's a little better. Questions about Hawk. Why would I be asking him about Hawk right now? Tell me about Red Lyrium.
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered Red Lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
What is it exactly?
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
And what can it do?
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. I've had a few alchemists studying it in Kirkwall, in shifts.
Oh yeah, you did keep some of it. Yep, you have a piece of it?
Why do you have red lyrium?
My brother kept a sliver when he sold it. I'm pretty sure he held on to it because it was already talking to him. That little shard drove him mad. After his death, I found it hidden in his house. We brought the shit to the surface, Bartrand and I. I wanted to find out if there was a way to shut it up. So far, it looks like the answer is no.
Isn't that dangerous?
If red lyrium is as dangerous as you say, why'd you keep it?
I've heard that shit singing to me. I know better than anyone how bad it is. In Orzammar, miners keep regular, non-crazy raw lyrium in special lead-lined containers. Actually, it's a huge secret how they're constructed. Keeps surface folk from horning in on the lyrium trade. I pulled a lot of strings and got a smith to build me 4 of them nested inside each other. Nobody gets to study it up close for more than an hour, and they have to wait a week between shifts.
So you've got it pretty well planned out. Understood. That's enough for now.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject.
Understandably so. Alright, we'll catch up with you again later. Oh. I guess now we want to find some red lyrium deposits, so just as we're talking about how dangerous it is to keep the stuff, we're gonna go collecting it. Of course. Well, makes sense for Mintriel at least. She is curious to a fault. She would be very intrigued to see what this stuff is and what it can do and all that.
At least we've got Inquisition troops out at Redcliffe now, giving those people some real help.
It's almost as if Mother Giselle brought the troops out there by going herself.
The soldiers are more useful against the bandits who are preying on the refugees.
Yep. Mother Giselle pretty much set things up like that. Yes, indeed. He knows how to play the game. In her case, to help the people, and not just to enrich herself, presumably. You want to say Solus?
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it.
You know exactly
Any artifact
what.
of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You think it survived?
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
Alright, calm down. Calm down. We'll find your little toy, Solus. We will find it. Mintriel has no idea what she's gonna be getting into with you. Anyways, of course she would be really eager to find that as well, because she would love to study it. So yeah, I agree.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
I don't think I need you to tell me about elves, considering I am an elf. Yeah, it seems like a weird question to ask. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
So now I can trust you. Do I need a reason?
Why not?
Privacy?
He didn't like that.
Caution? Concern about the direction of this Inquisition once our work is done?
Then don't tell me. I wasn't asking as part of the Inquisition.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
Solus does not like the probing, but I'll have to get used to it. Mintriel will probe into every last little corner. Why study the Fade?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Sounds dangerous.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
But clearly you woke up.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Is that why you're here?
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I hope that works.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train to flick a dagger or an arrow to its target. The grace with which you move is a pleasing side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
You like my side benefits?
So you're suggesting I'm graceful?
No. I am declaring it. It was not a
Ooh,
subject
that's
for debate.
smooth. That's... I'm declaring it. Ugh. You are a smooth talker, Solus. I will have to admit that. Okay, where have you studied?
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Which battlefields?
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Loghain's infamous betrayal of Caelan's forces.
Ooh, tell me what happened.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Caelan fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real?
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Intriguing. Do you work with anyone?
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
Wisdom and purpose?
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
Those are demon names.
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
Mintriel's getting intrigued here. That's amazing.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
I enjoy getting to know you.
You have an interesting way of looking at the world, Solus.
I try. And that isn't quite an answer.
I look forward to helping you make new friends.
That should be... well...
That isn't quite an answer either.
Goodbye.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
This is going to be a very interesting playthrough with this relationship growing with Solus, man. Ugh. Very interesting and ultimately tragic relationship it should be. Anyways, this is the herbalist? Yes.
Fliss said to check with you to make sure these are safe to serve.
They're fine. Nobody will take sick as long as she boils them right. Smart woman for asking, though.
Alright, let's see. I would like to deal with some potions here. Okay. Fortunately, I cannot... How do I so this is upgrade. Do I unlock here as well? I can't remember. Or do I equip? Yeah, I think, I forget how exactly I unlock them, but obviously I can't unlock the lyrium quite yet, unfortunately. Anyways, let me see if I can upgrade, though. Can I upgrade anything? I think I got some, like, Royal Alfred I needed to upgrade. Ooh, I could upgrade these. I don't have it, equipped just yet, though. Let's see if I can upgrade any of my potions, though. Aw, man, I don't have any Dawn Lotus. I thought I needed Royal Elf Root for this. Maybe that was for the regen one? Oh, yeah, okay. So I can increase duration for this. Or increase healing amount by 3 per second. Well, actually, I can do both, I think. Yep, I can do both of these. Okay. Cool. And then I can't do anything here because I need the Dawn Lotus. But I can increase the Rock Armor Tonic, which does what? Gains a plus 12 bonus to armor rating for 30 seconds. So that might be useful. I can improve the duration of that by 30 seconds. Actually, I think I have enough to do both again. Yeah, right. Okay. That and that. Cool. And that will probably be useful in the future. Alright, let's equip potions then. Let's see. I would like to make use of this Rock Armor Tonic. But on who? I guess I could give it to Cassandra. Only problem is then I won't be able to have... The only problem is then she won't be able to have the regen potion, but I think this might be worth well to use when we go into a tough fight, so we'll give it a shot, I suppose. We shall do that. Okay.
Let me know if you need anything.
Yes, yes, I will. I certainly will. Go ahead and save again real fast, and then let's go find some more peeps to talk to. I want to talk to Colin and Liliana. Did I have anything else I needed for the, what's her name? Oh, jeez.
Your kind killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
Here comes Mr.
Back already,
Killjoy.
Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Alright. Well, let's see what's going on here.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for
Oh, I can
Divine's
move.
death.
I'm in this.
Which is
Cool.
why we require a proper authority to guide them back
helps
to
a little bit.
order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
Why can't we work together?
So far, you're the only one who's insisted we can't work together.
We might, if your Inquisition would recognize the Chantry's authority.
There is no authority until another Divine is chosen.
In due time, Andraste will be our guide, not some dazed wanderer on a mountainside.
Pretty sure it's obvious why he's here. Is the Mage Templar War large?
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
Probably, yeah. But who killed the Divine?
The mages and Templars are fighting, even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Exactly why all this should be left to a new Divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
Good luck keeping order.
Don't let anyone riot while we're gone.
The walls will be standing when you return, I hope.
Alright, hey Liliana, how are things going for you?
There were so many questions surrounding Faria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Faria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
Ooh, interesting. Ooh. What would Mintriel do in this case? I actually don't know. I feel like she would yeah, I feel like she'd be like, do you have to kill him? Like, I feel like she generally... She's still pretty innocent to the ways of the world. She generally isn't, like, super, like, bloodthirsty or anything for sure. She doesn't really have a strong opinion necessarily on, like, treachery and stuff like that quite yet. I mean, I guess if I think about it, if someone betrayed her clan, like... I feel like she would still have that sense of, like, kinship and a hope for redemption and stuff. Like, yeah, I don't think she would immediately spring to... Yeah, and with her curiosity, I think she would want to find out, like, what is going on and... So, do you have to kill him?
Wait. What are you doing?
He betrayed us. He murdered my agent.
And you'd kill him, just like that.
You find fault with my decision?
I feel like maybe it'd be like killing is a waste, kind of. I mean, like, it'll... Because what does it really do? It doesn't bring back the... who was dead, you know? And it fails to allow for any chance for redemption or remorse or anything, so... Yeah, I feel like... Yeah, because I feel like Mintriel just wouldn't really be into, like... that kind of thing. Like, yeah, she's not really... Like I said, she's very much about, like, the greater good, you know? Kind of the idea of, like, you know, the clan over the individual, which kind of extends further here now to, like, you know, the Inquisition over the individual, etc. But I don't think she's really into, like, just killing distance and that kind of stuff. At least not yet. She may eventually kind of turn over the course of the story here, we'll see. But for now, at least, she's very innocent and just kind of going in things of the world. You know, she's been protected kind of in the shelter of her clan from a lot of harsh realities of life, right? So, I feel like we'd say killing him is a waste, though, you know? Like, you kill him, and what does that do? Like, I guess you get rid of the traitor, but it doesn't bring back, you know, who died and everything. So I feel like this is what you would say.
If he has knowledge, then he's a resource. Use him.
He's a loose end who could escape and get word to our enemies. Butler's betrayal put our agents in danger. I condemned one man to save dozens. I may not like what I do, but it must be done. I cannot afford the luxury of ideals at a time like this.
Would she say ideals are crucial? I mean, she kind of agrees with the idea of killing one to save dozens, in theory, but the thing is, like, that we don't know for sure about that. Like, there's ways we could stop him without necessarily going full out to kill him, per se, right? So... would she say ideals are crucial? I mean, like I said, I feel like she believes in kind of doing whatever it takes to keep the group together, you know, even if that does individual. So I'm not sure that she'd say, like, ideals are crucial, like, you can never go past a certain line, but I think you should like what you do. You should be able to, you know, to stand behind it.
If you don't like what you do, it's a pretty good sign you're doing something bad.
That is certainly one way to put it. Very well. I will think of another way to deal with this man. Apprehend Butler, but see that he lives.
Yep, just apprehend him. And we can make
Now,
use
if
of
you're
him in
happy,
some other way.
I have more work to do.
Well, we'll see what the consequences of that will be. But for now, Mintriel is gonna try to keep her hands as clean as possible. Anyways, do I have anything new with you, friend? I can't remember. Oh no, that's right, we still needed the locks for that.
We can get that for you right away, sir. But I thought an army would want weapons more than beans.
You can't eat a sword, boy. Beans. That's what we need. Beans and bread, and I can keep everyone here fat and happy for as long as it takes.
Yeah, not too many beans, though. We don't want to killing everyone with some noxious gas, now, do we? Anyways,
Be so calm with everything we believe called Christian.
I don't need some old woman in Val Royeaux to tell me how to worship the Maker. We tend the sick, feed the poor, clothe the naked, and sing the chant. Seek a Pentagast will attend to the rest. And make her forgive anyone who gets in her way.
Yep, just do what you know to do. Alright, let's see.
There was no word for heaven, for earth, for sea, or...
Oh, I don't need to go down there right now.
Researcher Minave wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number.
Yes. Thank you for your help. Tell me, are you happy this way? With everything you feel and dream cut away?
I no
With
longer talk to
passionate
dragons.
breath does the darkness
I see.
creep.
Miguel,
It is the
go with
whisper
you.
in the night. Though you had granted
Hey, Mother Giselle.
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
Unending. Though they could do anything, they destroyed nothing.
I'm trying.
I'm doing everything within my power. A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, and though it is considered heresy to say it, she had the aid of the elf Chantry. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
Let's see. Thank you.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle. Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
I like some Inquisition history.
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition? The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the Chant of Light by force.
We're named after that?
No wonder everyone is so nervous around us. Who chose that name? Divine Justinia herself. I understand that this was not a popular decision. In any case, once the Chant of Light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became the Seekers of Truth, and eventually the Templars.
And now we're back.
And now the Inquisition has been called again to restore order by force. Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition? They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away. Perhaps the name was Divine Justinia's message, that when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
How are the people?
How are the people doing after what happened at the Conclave? They are scared, of course. Many have lost homes or loved ones. I doubt many will sleep well until you have sealed the breach. I have offered what help I can. The rest is for the Inquisition. What more do you wish to know?
How are people at Haven?
How are the villagers in Haven doing? They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the Mages and the Templars destroyed their homes. In their minds, the death of the Divine has destroyed any chance of peace. To that, add the breach. Farmers have fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
Yep, always gotta make sure the farmers can do what they do, man. What help are you offering?
What are you doing to help these people? My sisters and I have been tending to the injured as best we are able. Some refugees come with food, while others arrive empty-handed. I have helped ensure that all have enough to eat. Beyond that, many simply wish the familiar comfort of the Chant of Light. It is little enough work to offer some comfort to those in pain.
And how are people elsewhere?
Do you have information on people elsewhere? The refugees in the Hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives. Villagers in Crestwood are besieged by their own dead. They have sent word begging for assistance. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Olay and Ferelden.
Well, goodbye for now.
Farewell. Farewell.
Right, and then let me go...
Mistress Lavelle, do you have a moment?
Yep, sure. Anything for you, Josephine?
Did you need something, Ambassador?
Yes. Well, not
So glad I figured I can move this camera.
I should like to know if anyone here has treated you unkindly, Herald, for being an elf.
Honestly, not that I've noticed.
If they have, they've been stealthy.
Good. Please let me know if that changes. If we're to convince the world that Andraste's herald is an elf, the Inquisition must give you its utmost support. Stories of wild Dalish elves have grown even more outrageous as people learn of you.
Give me an example.
How have the rumors gotten worse?
I would prefer not to repeat them.
Give me something.
Stealing children, selling peasants to slavers, burning down villages, using infants for blood magic. Those are the stories about your fellow Dalish. I won't repeat what they've said about you.
Stories are dangerous.
The humans telling those tales are the first to take a knife to someone with pointed ears. My clans defended ourselves against them more times than I can count.
Really? I had no idea. I will do what I can to end this slander, Herald. It may help if I know more about how you and your clan lived.
Yeah, honestly, I think I mentioned before, like, Mintriel isn't super, like, unlike most herself, she actually doesn't have a strong prejudice against humans. Obviously, she's had to deal with prejudice from them, but she's generally open-minded enough to be able to, like, kind of separate the, hate of individuals from, like, the group as a whole, so she doesn't, like, blame humanity as a whole for what some individuals have done. She can recognize, you know, more nuance, that it's more nuanced than that. But, you know, she's very aware that the prejudice does exist amongst, you know, many of them, of course. But she generally tries to give people a chance to show that they are better than that. But anyways, your clan lived. I was happiest in the forest.
The best part was when the Aravel, our wagons, turned from the plains to the woods. I used to spend weeks exploring the forest.
You make it sound idyllic. Haven is so far away from home. You must miss the people of your clan.
Yeah, she misses her people, but like I said, she was very eager to go off and explore and learn more of the world, so... it's time I made my own name.
If I'd stayed, I'd be traveling with the clan for the rest of my days. I wanted my own life.
If I have learned one thing, it's that our lives are never entirely our own. Whether you're with them or not, being the clan of the Herald of Andraste will mark them in history.
I feel like, yeah, that didn't really come out quite right for her. It's not, yeah, I feel like that wasn't like quite the right response for her. Like, because I mentioned before, you know, she's very much about responsibility to the group, so like in living for the group rather than for yourself. So it's not like so much that she wanted to make a life of her own outside of the clan. It's more so that she just wanted to grow and learn more, and then, you know, could be even of greater use to her clan and to her people, right? Yeah, though I guess it's just to some extent there is kind of that difficulty there of her wanting to do more, wanting to be more, but like obviously knowing that she has a role within the clan, and that being away from the clan for such a long time, you know, kind of contradicts that. So yeah, there is a bit of a wrestle within her, right, for like her own curiosity, her own desire to be more versus, you know, her responsibilities and duties to her clan. Which is why obviously, you know, the ability to go out, you know, to the conclave, doing something that's for her clan that also takes her beyond and lets her kind of explore more was such an important thing to her. And now being able to like kind of remain outside of her clan and exploring more, but still being responsible for something that will help her people as well as just, you know, many more people here with the Inquisition is such a big deal. But yeah, but it's not really so much that she wanted her own life, but she did kind of want to like experience things beyond the clan. But she always kind of has the thought of, you know, she still remains some responsibility to her clan. And obviously as the story progresses here, that'll kind of grow into a greater responsibility to a larger amount of people in a way, but at the end of the day, she does still feel a sense of duty to her clan that probably won't fully shake, but, you know, she has a greater duty to more people now. Beyond just her people, she kind of will have a new sense of who her people are, I guess. Anyways, we'll mark them in history. Being the clan there, we'll mark them in history. They would go us, they won't want a herald. About time elves were noticed. I'm not just gonna say about time elves were noticed. I mean, yeah, elves have kind of been downplayed in history. They've kind of, maybe that would be her response, actually. they won't want a herald. That, about time elves were noticed. Honestly, yeah, kind of about time elves were given, you know, notice. Like, they've been kind of downplayed. They have been kind of, you know, she does believe in her people and the importance of them, and is kind of dislike how they've been, you know, shoved into the corner and forced to kind of isolate themselves, right? So yeah, about time elves were noticed.
Elves have been swept under the rug, or worse, rarely acknowledged as a part of this world. This is our chance to be a force no one can ignore.
History should look out. I believe you will succeed. Thank you for your time, Herald.
Of course, of course. Any research to turn in?
That will help.
A little bit, I guess. Okay. Alright. That's it. That's our main quest right now, right? Is to go to Val Royeaux. Yeah, we've got to do that. Oh, that's for Varric. Okay, yeah, we've got this other stuff. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, let's go to the war table. And got a lot going on here, I believe, to mess around with. Oh, I've got an Inquisition perk to spend. Okay, so...
Did you see the message I sent?
Yes, thank you.
Let's see, we can do Underworld Knowledge, detailed study of underworld customs and their brutal but practical applications, opens up new dialogue options related to criminal activities, and grants for each codex entry unlocked. Interesting. Or a Massage's method, a methodology developed by an Orlesian blade master and used by chevaliers to analyze their own performance in combat. Grants a 5% increase in XP earned from killing foes. Interesting. Secrets. Arcane knowledge, a detailed study of magic and the places and creatures that interact with it, opens up new dialogue options related to the Fate or arcane studies, grants extra experience for each codex entry unlocked. Detailed studies show how to get the maximum usable harvest from each plant, grants a 10% chance to receive extra herbs from each harvest. And then training and spotting where the pattern breaks in nature or in civilization, grants a significant increase to the discovery range of the searching action. Well, I already kind of use a mod to sort of do that. It's kind of funny, actually. I didn't even realize there was a perk for this. To the searching action. So I might not even need to use that then, since I have a mod to kind of do that anyway. But yeah, the herb one sounds nice, because I am going to plan to do a lot of crafting, so that would be pretty useful. But given, given Mintriel's desire for knowledge, I'm kind of inclined to go for one of the knowledge-focused ones, maybe, but we'll see. Connection, let's see. Detailed study of politics, rhetoric, and those who wield them to best effect. Opens up new dialogue options related to nobles and politics, okay. And so if you well-placed acquaintances on a carefully crafted reputation, merchants will pay the Inquisition 10% more for items sold to them. Nice, that would actually be a good one to get early, too. From an expanding network of contacts among artisans, suppliers, and noble patrons, merchants will offer the Inquisition a 10% discount on their goods. Mission procurers can leverage the organization's reputation to purchase a shipment of rare and valuable raw materials for crafting. Interesting. Or here, history knowledge. Detailed study of Thetis' past opens up new dialogue options related to history and the Chantry. Okay. Intavian tailors are famed for their ability to hide pockets seamlessly in garments. A few words to the Inquisition's friends to the north, and its forces can carry more items in the field. Increases inventory capacity by 15. That would be very, very useful. Tempered glass flasks. Better techniques in glassworking make more durable flasks, allowing more potions to be carried safely at one time. Adds one more potion slot for all primers. That would also be very, very useful. However, I think to begin with, I'd like to go for one of the knowledge ones, because it kind of makes sense to me, like I mentioned before, that Mintriel likes to study all kinds of knowledge, and like, you know, read lots of books, and so kind of, I feel like I would like to have the opportunity for some dialogue options related to something that maybe she would have looked into, and like, you know, she would have maybe spent some time here, even already being part of the Inquisition, whatever spare time she has studying further, of course, but which one to go for is the question. So history knowledge could kind of make sense. I feel like she could have done a lot of studying of like history books and things like that whenever possible. Nobility knowledge, I don't think is something she really would have a sense of. Arcane knowledge is something she could maybe have gained by looking into a lot of that. Yeah, I feel like that's something she would have maybe looked into, especially actually, you know, if we're thinking that she just started looking into some of this stuff as well, not just what was reading up on while she was still with her clan. I feel like Solus, you know, and what he's talked about is kind of, in fact, that actually kind of makes sense to me, that what Solus talking, you know, her talking with Solus and learning about stuff has kind of intrigued her significantly toward magical stuff. And I was kind of thinking, I don't know if I've mentioned before, but like, I think one of my initial ideas for her character was not just that she was like curious about all knowledge in general, but specifically to some extent maybe about magical stuff, even though she herself is not a mage, so that could be kind of interesting. And underworld knowledge is not much. So I think honestly giving her, yeah, arcane knowledge would be nice. And then we get extra XP for each codex entry unlocked, which, you know, might kind of be nice. So I think we're gonna go for the arcane knowledge. And then what eventually do we get in this hand, though? We eventually can get, allows the rogues in the party to open masterwork locks. Which, yeah, could be useful. Along with the other things. Okay, let's do arcane knowledge. And that sounds pretty good. Okay, let me see what I can do here. I have 21 power, so we can do a lot. What is this? Rescue soldiers missing in Ferelden. Inquisition soldiers have gone missing in the marshy reaches of southern Ferelden. Because the region is largely uncharted, finding them will be difficult, but the Inquisition's advisors are determined to find out what happened and, if possible, bring their people back alive. Let's see. So my people, a few scouts will move more quickly than a larger group could. If I contact the local band, she can send out search parties for the missing soldiers right away. Or other soldiers are volunteering to search for their lost comrades. They won't rest until they've found them. Honestly, yeah, probably a few people makes sense here, I feel like. Let's see, the missing soldiers have been found in a bog called the Foulmire. They are being held hostage by a Var who demand to meet the Herald in Andraste if the Inquisition wants to see its people alive again. Okay. Not right now, but okay, so that opened up the Foulmire. We can scout the Storm Coast here if we want to as well. So what we need to do is go to Val Royeaux. And then we have investigate the shards. I guess let's address Chantry and Val Royeaux. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them that Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Levels 4 to 7. Okay, well, we're 5 now, so we're pretty good, I think.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
This may not actually help.
I'm more concerned this won't actually solve any problems.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Alright, the remaining Chantry clerics have declared... Okay, yeah. Alright, let's go do this.
The city still mourns.
I feel like I might need to bump the aliasing up here or something.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Or anti-aliasing,
Your
where we
skills
call
of
it.
observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lady Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
For that, do you mean kick some
They
Templar
wish to
ass?
protect the people? From us?
Protect them from the...
Protect them from the blasphemous Herald of Andraste, I'd say.
Surely they cannot think such a thing.
Why not? They wouldn't be the only ones.
You think the Order's return to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Alright then. Let's see, what's this? The avenue of her reflective thought, inscribed upon a plaque. Our Lady and the actors of her rise and fall. Her message and visage are worth repeating. Alrighty then. Mathoress remorse. Beneath scratched by a vandal, at meeting a low door frame. Alright then. Mathoress blood guilt. Beneath scratched by a vandal, and his head suddenly weighs too much. Alrighty then. Mathoress regret. About his unfortunate hair. Someone really thought themselves quite the comedian over here. Mathoress penitence. An unrelated headache. The avenue of her reflective thought. The avenue is inspirational, but wise travelers do not linger in their respects, not just because the bazaar awaits, but because the area before the back-turned statues is treacherous. Local legend has it that the child Empress Aimee abused the opportunity of religious repose to relieve herself beneath the gaze of Our Lady. Unable to discipline the toddling leader, her attendants instead chastised the statues and had them turned in supposed embarrassment. True or not, foolish youths dare each other to soil the spot in similar fashion, and a place of otherwise reverent thought always carries a faint odor about it. Excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour of the capital by Philium a Bard. Huh. Oh, that's just a lovely, lovely fact, isn't it? Alright, yeah, I feel like, I don't know if I can change it right now, but I feel like the anti-aliasing is just not quite doing it. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try up that, because I feel like it just hasn't... Yeah, I feel like it's just been kind of blurry and jagged in some areas. Anyways, more plaques to read? The Emporium of Mortal Means. For all matters defensive concern... For all matters, defensive concern, offensive intent, and study of arts martial and with a sanction magical. Okay. Oh, can you guys get out of the way, please? Huh. Interesting.
Not open today. Not until this fast is over, at least. Too many swords out.
Okay, so I gotta deal with this shit before I can be a tourist properly. Got you. Alright.
Stand wary, guardsman. The Inquisition is here, along with the Herald of Andraste.
They say they found the knife here covered with the Divine's blood.
Let her pass. The Inquisition is the Templars' problem, and they'll fix it.
Oh yeah, they will it? Maybe I will be the one doing the fixing. And I will also fix your tongue for calling me knife ear. Arrogant bastards. Alright, Let me just deal with this and then we can be the tourist, like I said. Who are you?
The Templars will stand for us and help Val Royeaux return to mourning.
Okay then. Oh, there we go.
Good people of Val Royeaux, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no elf in our hour of need.
You know, an elf helped Andraste. You just refused to... I don't know that I'm the Herald, but I am someone wanting to help, so... Let us talk peacefully.
We came here in peace simply to talk, and this is what you do. I implore you, let us sit down together to deal with the real threat.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Yeah, about that.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Not here for us, then?
You're not here to deal with the Inquisition.
As if there were any reason to.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
Help us close the breach.
What we truly need is an alliance that will seal the breach.
Oh, the breach is indeed a threat. But you certainly have no power to do anything about it.
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing. And the Inquisition, less than nothing.
Well, you didn't really give me a chance to show you anything,
Templars,
did you?
Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
All right, then.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
How well do you know him?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Will he see a reason?
Do you think he can be reasoned with?
I hope so. If not him, there are surely others in the Order who don't feel as he does. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Okay. So not very long trip here and Val Royeaux either. What's up, Belle?
Ever since our divine was murdered, toothless old fools are lost
Is
without
what
her.
they're saying real?
What are the Grand Clerics
The
doing
Inquisition's
while the
going to
main
fix the hole
circles
in the
lie
sky?
empty?
That's the plan.
We're going to give it a try, at least.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry is useless, and the Templars... Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
Cassandra?
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, she is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Alright, go to Haven.
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see.
I forget what all the agents actually do. Oh, we don't have a weird cutscene of us accepting the agent this time, okay. But yeah, I forget what all the agents actually do for us, inevitably.
Toothless old fools are lost without her.
I think it might be one of those, like, features that kind of got kind of cut as far as actually having great impact and things, but yeah.
What's
Oh
that? An arrow with a message?
Oh my gosh, that was loud. Favors for friends. Oh, that's right. Red Jenny crap. Message is attached in a large flowing hand embroidered with doodles. People say you're special. I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Royeaux. I hear he wants to hurt you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and around the cafe, and maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords. Friends of Red Jenny. Poor drawing of the locations in the market is attached. Alright. This one of them? La Pomme v. Emoat. It is said that the apples that grow near the gallows will be bitter on the tongue of a lover who will betray. It is also said, although by different people entirely, that unripened fruit should not be the only consideration when investigating matters of fidelity. The latter are lonely most evenings among the arbors of the summer bazaar. From Our Elysian Heart by formerly Sister Ladine. I don't know why I want to be up here on the gallows. Hey.
My maker, know my heart. Take from me a life of sorrow. Comfort is only yours to give. Oh, maker, where is the comfort? Look away. I have broken the chant because it comes from my heart. What have we when our divine is dead and the sky burns?
You broke the chant?
What do you mean, you broke the chant?
Are you also ignorant of the Maker's most basic rites? The chant of light is how we honor the Maker. They are the only words that the faithful should hear from my lips. But I can't. Our divine is dead.
Oh, you're a chanter, okay.
Our Templars gone. The Maker's silence is deafening. What hope have we?
The Inquisition will bring order.
The Inquisition can give you the answers you need.
So, I have a faith I've lost. Or one that seeks to drive it from me. I can't even look to our Templars. How is this not darkness?
Alright then. Just wallow here in despair then.
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
Oh, okay. Hey.
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
First enchanted Vivian. You're cordially invited to attend my salon held at the Chateau of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine. Yours, Vivian Defer. First enchanter of Montsemard, enchanter to the Imperial Court. Alright. I will go see her in due time. Though I'm not really a big Vivian fan, and she will not be a big fan of me, considering I'm going to be pro-mage, but oh well. Let's see. The fourth line of Relay in respect to Duke Stefan of Valmontaigne. Just lots of plaques everywhere. Grace of the Empire East. Plaque reads, welcome all before the grace of the Empire. Stage and audience for the use of all. For theater and business. For partnership and proposal. Be seen. Notice below reads, the display reserved for songs traditional by Lord Bramford and his players. Cancelled. Okay then. Let's see. The first line of Orlais. In respect to Emperor Alphonse Valmont, the lines of Orlais, a repeating element dedicated to the great defenders otherwise noted. It is rumored that one is gold, one is bronze and weighted with poison, one is chocolate, and one is watching. As the saying goes, dare we all a thief to test his back and learn which is most dangerous to try to deny Orlais. In truth, all are leaden leaf. Don't pretend to ride them too long, lest the mind give way. Exhorted and torn from, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see, this display reserved for discourse political, with attending professors of social matters from the University of Orlais. Note that all vendors of loftable groceries will be closed in the hour beforehand and for 1/2 after. Okay. In respect to Duke Isidore de Orleans, second line. Grace of the Empire West. This display reserved for presentations of affection as though private and also discounted spirits presented by company Misdirect Theater. And third lion, respect to Duke Yvon of Severn. Reserved for his strangeness or sound and his static puppets behind glass. Okay then. Virtually none of them are here now for us to look at. What is this? She of the Highwayman repents. Gallows master, hold thy hand, hold it back a while. Callous juror, let me stand, let me bear a smile. For comes my brother distant, for comes my saviour soon. I stand here most insistent, I will receive my boon. Fellow soldier, hold thy voice, hold it if you may. Fellow soldiers, show my choice, I am in your sway. For know my crime was cruel, and all my pain deserved. I stand here as a fool, despite my brother served. Mother dearest, look away, look into the sun. Others nearest, gone astray, you will be undone. For no more will I prattle, and no more will I pray. Hear you must the rattle, as life will fly away. From Songs of Orlais, She of the Highwayman repents. Inscriptions collected by Fleming, Sister Ludine. Interesting. And here is a book. Emperor Florian. Grand Duke Florian was not supposed to ascend to the Laurasian throne. His elder brother, Emperor Judicial II, had 2 twin sons, and thus a very secure line. Florian was free to pursue other interests, none of which revolved around the game. Indeed, the imperial court largely ignored him, and that was how he liked it. All that is recorded of that era is that he married, produced a single daughter, and afterwards showed little interest in her. An outbreak of the 100 Days' Cough in 877 Blessed changed his plans. Both of Judicial's sons perished, as did Florian's daughter. Racked by grief, Judicial lost interest in ruling, turning over all matters pertaining to the rebellion in Ferelden to his advisors, and instead spending his time hunting in the country. When Judicial was thrown from his horse during a fox hunt in 884 Blessed, Florian was suddenly vaulted into the throne. Famously, his response to the Chevaliers delivering the news at his estate is said to be, "This will not do at all." A private and somewhat eccentric man, Florian limited his appearances at court and dealt almost exclusively with members of his own family. He was extremely particular about his habits of dress and grooming, eschewing current fashions for the sake of comfort, and refusing to wear cosmetics or powders of any kind due to an intense dislike of being dirty. That's interesting. So, that's interesting. So yeah, so he just wore so he was kind of odd in the way of Orlais, but more like what we would expect maybe in some ways, right? Like not wearing all the crazy fashions and makeup and stuff. Interesting. To wear cosmetics of any kind, to intense dislike of being dirty. Powerful and connected nobles who had served in the cabinet since his father's time were turned away in favor of his younger brother, Renaud, his sister, Melisande, and his cousins. Children were banned from the palace, even the children of servants, with the exceptions of his nephew and nieces, who were tolerated only on the condition that they remain out of the emperor's sight. Regarding suggestions that Florian and his youngest cousin, Megran, were lovers, the truth is uncertain. If such a relationship existed, it was no doubt kept private due to Florian's aversion to public life and not from any fear of rumors. Such rumors, after all, were likely spread due to the emperor's refusal to sire another child and thus secure his line. Many believe this failing would eventually lead to civil war. The only real evidence of a relationship with Megran is a loud and very public argument the two had prior to Megran's appointment, or exile as he saw it, to the throne of Ferelden. Megran is said to have called Florian, "my darling," and neither man chose to explain the argument later. The predictions of civil war almost came to pass upon Florian's death in 919 Dragon. With no clear heir, the throne eventually passed to the only daughter of Grand Duke Renaud, Celine, after a vicious struggle that threatened to consume the empire. From the Emperor's Relay by Brother Harlan Ascari. Interesting.
Ever since our divine was murdered, toothless old fools are lost without her. What are the Grand Clerics doing while the maid circles lie empty?
Are you supposed to have your mouth moving? Because it's not moving, and that's just kind of weird, but okay. Hey, how are you doing?
This victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. Do you truly believe you are the Maker's chosen?
Well, I mean, maybe you should have figured out what the Templars' position was before you just invited them up here to public display. That might have been a smart thing to do. But anyways, Mintriel is not sure because she doesn't even really know how she feels about the Maker, but yeah, so I don't know.
To tell you the truth, I don't know.
That is more comforting than you might imagine. I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
What do you believe about me?
You're obviously skeptical. What do you believe I am?
Our divine. Her holiness is dead. I have seen evidence for everything, except what would comfort me.
That doesn't answer my question.
For you to be true, a great many things must be false. And if you are false, a great many things must have failed. There is chaos ahead, whatever your intentions.
You know, I feel some sympathy for you maybe if you weren't a racist against Mintriel as an elf. But yeah, anyways, how many Templars rebelled?
How many Templars turned on the Chantry exactly?
They rebelled across Thedas. Some remained loyal, but not enough to call them the Order. The White Spire here in the capital was the largest garrison, but now it stands empty. Perhaps more shall flock to the Lord Seeker's banner now. How far has faith waned, I wonder?
What will the Chantry do now?
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us? Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can, and leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave. What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the Maker's hands now.
I don't know if I would still be inclined to ask for her help after she did. I mean, she could redeem herself, but her being like, no, elf would kind of fucked everything off. I'll stop this somehow.
There's got to be a way to calm everything down and clean up this mess.
I hope against hope that may be the case.
Alright. You continue suffering here. What is this? Difficult time for those who have lost. While I understand concerns for propriety and the general dressing of the bazaar, I must caution that release is needed. We are suffering not just ongoing civil conflict, pitting brother against sister, not just outright war pitting a Templar against mage, not just the loss of our most holy and the best of our leaders. We are suffering all three, as the sky is wounded for all to see. All we know of our world is threatened, along with all we know of the next. With this most grave notation, I ask that the writs of losses and missing remain. If the citizens, however indirectly, be allowed to post their griefs of known dead and the maims of hopefully living, and with them, their criticisms of how they have been told or not told. For while I have no doubt we as Irelians will maintain our utmost composure, there must be release. There must be grief. There must be mourning. If we do not allow this simple expression, we risk a greater outburst. Let our people shed their tears in as reserved a means as necessary. The market will be cleared in due course, but this day, this time, we must let this simple expression stand. Written by Captain Albion, Legion Guards, some Bizarre. Well said, Captain Albion. Well said. Anything up these stairs? I don't think so. Okay. Let's see.
We should search the area.
Miroir de la Mire reveals folly. Miroir de la Mire was cut from Val Royeaux in 849 Blessed. It was the will of the mad Emperor Reveal, or however you say it, who demanded a reflecting pool large enough to draw his vain deceased mother back across the Vale. Many shops and vendors were evicted to make room for his folly, and several memorials to the heroes of the first 4 blights were simply toppled. The reservoir supports little in the way of life, as the bottom was lined with lead to increase its reflective properties. Reveal intended it for divination, using boats as massive planchettes, but work was not finished until the week of his own death. The waters see little use today, save for lazy or fornication sojourns by the nobility aboard decorative gondolas. Excerpted, okay, yeah, walking tour of the capital. What is this? Reservoir stocking evaluation? Oh, we leveled up. Cool. Tremors, floating, taste is off, water birds die off, restocking failed, fish not fit, do not consume. Interesting. I have a level up. Level up. What do I want? What do I want? Let's see, we could increase the duration. Increase the duration of our poison and gain some extra dexterity. Seems like it'd be pretty nice. Alternatively, what else? What does this do? Now instant removes all debilitating effects on you. You can pass through enemies without being detected, or you remain still for a short time after attacking or taking damage. Okay. We also have Evade, which I'm not really super into, but I might need to get just to be able to get down to some of this other stuff. And then you throw a handful of justice passes into enemy's face, putting them to sleep. Okay. And then... yeah, caltrops I'm not super into. I kind of feel like going hard into the poison might be kind of nice, but what else do we have over here? You ran down with every kill, the better to continue assault. I mean, right now, I think I've mentioned before, like, I don't really have enough abilities that stamina is really an issue, so that's not really what I'm super wanting to go toward right now. So parry, you quickly block a strike made by your foe, and then counter as their own defenses fall. Interesting. Or flank attack. You look through shadows to attack your foe with deadly strikes that hit them from behind. That sounds pretty useful. Attack your foe with deadly strikes that hit them from behind. That might be good. Yeah, we could use some more abilities, I think. So maybe I will go for flank attack. Sure, why not? And then I might reorder these. I don't know, we'll see when we actually do some more combat again. I'll figure out how I want to deal with that. Anyways. Let's see. Something to read over here, and then we'll look at that Red Jenny thing. The Randy Dowager Quarterly. A waterlogged quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Randy Dowager welcomes the blooms of spring with the collected Calipagan cuirassiers. Oh gosh, I don't know how to say that. But anyways, being a scandalous representation of Her Majesty's favored, caught in flagrant delectable. Can their uniforms and modesty withstand the assault? Randy Dowager. Expositions for the noble of thought, but spry of step. The lady herself says, hardly a Tethyrus, but generously arousing if a polished cuirass does it for you. And it should. 3 scarves fluttered in chalk out of 5. Okay. Alright then. Let's see. Red handkerchief folded around a key with a small hasty scrawl. Key lifted from drunk swearing about Harold. Don't know what door. I'm out. My debt is paid. Interesting. I guess let us go ahead and slap on There's that, but here we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and set this as active, and we'll get ourselves set up here while we're here, I guess. Pretty sure that's what this leads to, if I'm not misremembering. Anyways, what else is there to investigate around here?
The Templars left us to the mages. Chantry liars.
Hey, Barnabas. How you doing?
Open? Yes, as open as I can be. If you've a need for the well-cut or the sparkling, perhaps I can help. At the very least...
Oh, sorry to cut you off. I thought you were done. But okay, that's fine. I will see what you have. Of each non-healing potion. Okay. Yeah, none of these are really worth spending money on, I don't think, really. No. You have value. Why would I want to buy any of these valuables from you? Why would I buy any valuables from you? I guess it's just for the immersion factor, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, you don't really have anything of interest for me, so... Farewell.
Though you had granted them power over the
Hey, noble citizen, what are you doing?
Grand Cathedral thinking? We must have a new divine. She will show us the way.
Yeah, but it's not just simple as that, people. It takes time to figure it out. I know what you are? Okay. An elf? Is that what you're saying? Those are fighting words. Those might be fighting words. Anyways, hey.
Well, this has all been a frustrating mess. Templars and Chantry and especially the mages. Just everything. I apologize if you were refused service, but we are now open for business. Especially if you put my wares to use.
Okay. I will take a look. Let's see. Anything actually interesting here? Looks like maybe some decent stuff for mages. Interesting. Solus, you want anything from here? Ooh, that would be kind of nice. For you, indeed, indeed. Oh, but you have to be level 7. Okay, so not really useful quite yet, but eventually it will be useful. Eventually. Perhaps. Okay. Nothing right now, though. Yeah, from what I remember, I feel like there's not a lot of great stuff to buy from the vendors in this game. I think mostly, like, either crafting or looting is generally the way to get the better equipment. Not really so much buying stuff. But we'll see. Oh, shit. What is this?
If I might have a moment of your time...
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
You weren't at the conclave?
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
You think the Templars did it?
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
What does your help cost?
And what do you want in exchange for the Mage's help?
Oh, I haven't promised the Inquisition our help yet. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herald.
Come, let us return to Haven.
I didn't even realize I was heading toward the exit. Are you just gonna automatically? Okay, no. I still have some business here. Sorry, I still have a little bit of business. I was only paying attention to where I was going. I didn't realize I was heading to the exit. Hey, you open now?
I am open to you and yours. I price at a premium for everyone, so don't assume it's because you're with the Inquisition. I expect my customers to know a rarity when they see it, just as I do.
Alright then. You probably won't have anything I give a shit about, but let's see. Well, you have some higher level shit that I can't do anything with right now. But unless you have schematics I can buy, I'm not really super interested, so. See ya! Alright, where do I need to go for this quest? Over this way.
For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water.
Oh, that's your thing. I already went in here.
She should see fire and go towards light.
Let's see, what's this? La Masque du Lion. We cheered when honored was her might, but many more deserve a thought, for though she was the first to knight, her kin and kind have always fought. From a plaque with the dedication, La Masque du Lion, sponsored by Princess Corin's first cavalry, for those we step aside, okay? Interesting. Not of heroes, Matharath and Sacrifice, Andraste, Our Lady, the sword and the fire against Tevinter, betrayed to the Empire in exchange for a kingdom. Matharath, now synonymous with treachery, but would Andraste have won? And if not, what would we have lost? Let us look not just at the act, but at the why of it. As the armies of faith pierced the Imperial homeland, it was revealed not as a wave, but as an arrow. And as any hunter will attest, if your aim is not true, there is no return to the bow. We must consider how much of our latest victory to this point was against true Imperium, and how much was against the echoes of Empire. Andraste the Inspiration may not have considered such. But Matharath the General fought for homeland, not visions. Was it victory or defeat that his betrayal held at bay? Matharath made the deal that killed Our Lady. That is fact. And when Andraste died, Matharath was gifted everything from the southern plains south. How generous and impossible to behold this must have seemed. Let us look on Matharath and the legacy he divided among his sons, not with an eye for accusation, but from a tactical consideration. For he must have known that mere rivals had never stopped Tevinter. What if he set about creating peers, and none of this was accident? How then fared Isarath, Evrion, and Veril? Excerpted from a history not of heroes, readings in the ugly heart of change, collected by Flame the Bard. Interesting. The head of Madame Snappy Snips. Mascot of La Masque du Lion, named in jest but genuinely respected. The Grand Mame, as she is also called, was the last dragon brought down by Sir Koenig, the previous owner of the cafe. A spirited hunter, Koenig came of age in the years following the sighting that named the era. While others were quick to assume the tales of ancient Navaran dragon hunters must have been exaggerated, he tracked the gradual increase in dragon numbers and size. Koenig believed we had yet to see a true return of the beast of legend, and the specimens of his day were young, despite their ferocity. It was a cruel victory, but today we know Sir Koenig to have been correct, even as he may have fallen to his own expertise. He was, years overdue from his last hunt. And for the rest of us, travel-weary. What we thought to be the pinnacle of dragon strength may have been closer to adolescence. The sisters of Madame Snappy Snips may have left their sibling far behind. Interesting.
A pleasure.
Hey, soldier.
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's orders. This has been received as you might expect.
Yep. Alright.
Well met.
Different simple script on the back of a stable report, marked with red paint. Thank you, friends, for helping good Lady Karis. Saw those who asked about Harold enter third passage. Could not stay to see them exit. Okay.
Please, move along.
I'm moving along, don't you worry. What is that? What is that? Oop. I don't know. Probably nothing important. Oh, here we go. The summer home of Monsieur Gloves. A seasonal home for the childhood pet of the twin sons of Empress Yvette. The nature of Monsieur Gloves remains unknown, save that he was a gift from a Ravanian ambassador, and he was eventually released to the sea after taking the hand of a sluggish page. Jeez. Right. What's going on here? The Lover's Alcove. Every district has one, at least one, and the question must be, why is a place meant for dalliance declared in such an obvious way? And the answer, of course, is that obviousness is the entirety of the point. When manners and station will not allow impassioned words, such corners are places to be seen not being seen. Entering with a paramour is as much a declaration as singing out in joy, which one of good standing must never do. The alcove is thus a dignified means of announcing romantic affiliation, either for genuine partnership or to appear as such in order to spare a suitor a refusal. Dignity, of course, requiring that one does not also make use of the darkness for actual physical gratification. This has, of course, never occurred. From our Legion Heart by formerly Strilladine. Okay. Very pretty, yeah. Very pretty and fancy, and very much not what Mintriel was used to. Far away from the forest here. What's this? Another dude selling shit, okay.
Inquisition, eh? I'll sell. But if the Chantry censures you, I'm not liable. No offense, but I have to live here, and Val Royeaux can be traditional.
Fine, I'll keep it discreet. I can keep it discreet, for sure. Anything of interest? You have some schematics. Some expensive schematics of that. So you are actually someone I'll have to remember to come back to then, because you got some nice schematics going on there. What should I buy from you? What do you have weapon-wise? Yeah, I don't think you have anything for daggers, right? Not that I'm seeing here. Okay. Okay. Oh, here's a dagger grip schematic. That could be useful. Could very well be useful. What do you have for armor then? Medium armor schematic. That's expensive, but could be good, perhaps. Yeah, you know what? Let me go for that. Okay. And that's pretty much all my money spent, but I will have to come back. Yes, I will have to come back. And I'll have to do some more crafting here then when we get back home. Anyways, where else do I need to go? Search the upper market. Oh, there's some stuff over here to read. Not of Heroes, the Death of Diversity. What could hold back an empire? Another. What could hold back so defined a people as Tevinter? Another. Let us consider if eldest Isarath was not meant to honor Matherath, for the father's fate was already condemned by hidden betrayal. Let us consider that Isarath was told to turn from ties to Matherath, to look forward, not back. What of his actions then? Isarath was granted a land of tribes, of scattered alliance. His answer was the grand unification, which most condemn as arrogance. Sweeping changes in trade, relocations to break local allegiances, all to favor centralized trade and power. Cities were leveled to expand a new capital, a powerful and influential city of a new nation, Val Royeaux of Orlais, and all in the name of not lost in Droste, but of holding back looming Tevinter. Power was united, but cultures less so. Vesting everyone in the new Orlais stratified the classes, and through it all spread a bitterness that a Ferelden ruled. Isreth avoided the stain of his father, for he was seen as victim too, but he was still Alamari. What if, dear readers, the final unifying element came not from accident, or even the deliberate actions of Isreth, but from a common hatred, and not the common hatred of the day? The sons of Mathrath would succeed at creating a peer for Tevinter, but only at the cost of themselves. Interesting. Sister Antoinette.
What? Yes, I'm sorry. Minding the duties of the ailing mother, Havara, I am rather overwhelmed. Forgive me. I am unsure whether I meant to extend Chantry services to you, and that troubles me greatly.
You're fine, you're fine. I won't trouble you any further. For Her Majesty's convenience, wooden vines defy the very sun and rain. Okay. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, the upper market. Okay, so I gotta go upstairs. Or isn't there like a way I have to get up to the upper market or something? Oh, isn't there like a fast travel or something that I have to take to get there?
I don't think they knew. I don't know.
I feel like I'm remembering something like that, which is why this is here. Yes, okay, that's right. We have to go up here. How do I go here, then? Here we go. Let's see. A scrap of parchment is hastily torn from an ornate document, stuffed into its hiding space with a large red sock, and we are to obey well. We meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Scrawl below in a misspelled script. Herald go at time. Praise addressed. Taken together, the messages reveal a time, path, and key to a location on the world map. Okay, that's right, so I gotta go elsewhere then for that. Okay. A season of the foul for a foul. At this window, the thief Treadwell did witness the attempted assault of Lady Castine. He surrendered his chance for escape to catch and hold her assailant, a bard of Lord Hailbun. Hero thief, foiled bard, and his conspiring noble were all censured as per their station and relevant action. Lashings in labor, disappeared, and ostracized for the social season, respectively. The scandal played out far longer in the theatrically serialized adaptation, which reimagined the 3 as siblings separated at birth, competing for Lady Castine's hand at her orchestration. The conclusion was relatively accurate to the original event, save the punishment of the thief and noble being swapped to comic effect. Generally, good reviews received, though some thought the height of the lady's hair to be unrealistic. Alright then. Alrighty then. Lots of stuff to read around here. Not of heroes, division, and distance. For a supposed creature of jealousy and greed, Mathrath is less so indeed, for while his word brought low the bride of the Maker, his prize was quickly divided in distance. Let us consider the lesser of the sons in this matter. Of Evrion, we know little. The middle boy, he was tasked with ruling the lands to be the Marches. No claim by the father was made, no in my name to humble, and that freedom is shown in the result, for Evrion himself was the least concerned with power. He among all led by example, not demand, and spoke only of sacrifice. When betrayal was revealed, Evrion acts as a man broken, dispersing his holdings to the various tribes. It was a penance that spared him his family, but it also dispersed influence. To this day, the free marches are scattered. Of Verald, more is known, for his actions bring him to the start of our nation. But his folly begins in Navarra, where we must ask, was this the will of a betrayer father, or a mistake of youth? Mathrath gave rule to the youngest, Verald, and never claimed Navarra. Never did he sit on the throne, and he is thought to have rarely visited. But his name is hated there most of all, for it was bartered for legacy by the son. Unlike Evrion, Verald spoke not as example, but to claim. Never his name was mentioned without that of his mother and father. His claims were bold, their actions were his, and their thoughts all shared. But from the father on his throne of Ferelden, no word is recorded, and we wonder, was it deliberate? For when the betrayal was revealed, all with ties to Mathrath were vilified, and so strong were the ties that Verald had drawn, that his court was killed to a man, and he was forced to flee. Had he kept silent, as seems the will of the knowing father, and had he girded as the father had guided the elder, Isreth, then Verald might have remained to rule. But that would require that the betrayer not be as he is drawn, and it would have kept Verald in Navarra, and it would have kept Verald from Orlais, and it would have prevented the further betrayal that truly birthed Orlais. All the little things that could have been different. Makes you wonder, for sure. Let's see, The Randy Dowager ignites winter passions with the collected conscripted by love, being a tale of heroes come legends, the Grey Wardens, and their shining duty to claim those of promise who most suit their joining. The Randy Dowager, Expeditions for the Noble of Thought, Restraint of Step. The lady herself says, always a classic when wardens come calling, or dare one suggest the reverse. 4 scars fluttered and chalk cut of 5. Okay then. Alright, everyone else got a level up, but I'm not gonna get into that right this second, because I'm gonna have to for a little bit, so I just kind of want to finish exploring the upper market here, which I think I'm going to have to fast travel to the other rest of it here.
Move along.
Yeah, let's see. Waiting alcove. Forever empty in anticipation of artistic endeavor worthy of the envy and insidious jealousy of the capital and her glorious emperor. 848 blessed. Mad shit, empty as his head. Okay. Let's see. Pillars of her everlasting flame. The pillars of her everlasting flame, ignited to 530 exalted, capped to 562 exalted. Forgive them their petty nature, for the soot of your eternal flames blacken their souls. Yeah, I just want to see if there's anything else. What else there is of interest here in the upper market. Sister Andrea.
the Herald of Andraste. Is there something I might help you with?
Nothing right now.
No, thank you, sister.
Make her go with you.
You must be for some later quest. Ooh, the water looks kind of weird down there. Alright, nothing over here. Alright, I'm here. What about over here?
Move along.
An extra thick annual edition of the Suspect Quarterly. The Randy Dodger welcomes the new year by scandalizing the old with the collected romantic epic, The Horned Ones, being a tale of conquest, both of nation and of heart. Demands are satisfied as bronze giants share their explosive passions. The lady herself says, only for those of particular taste. The delicate buds should remain in the garden, while the bulbous flower. 5 scars fluttered in chalk out of 5. Okay, so that's very, very glowing review for that one. Let's see, so is this a shop? Yep.
Is this a shop?
I maintain a premises wherein customers of a certain affluence entertain the purchase of my ware. So yes, shop.
May I see what you have?
Very well. What do you have for sale?
I have one item available for purchase. It is far too expensive for it merely to be sold. You may gaze upon it and dream of the wealth required to possess it, as have lords and kings. And then you may leave and purchase things from shops more aligned with your station.
How do you stay in business?
How do you keep the doors open on a shop with one item?
My shop is a destination. Luminaries of every description journey here to see what is denied to them. Some pay tribute in the vain hope I will barter. They do not have the will to pay the price. They require a bargain to justify the spend, to ease their conscience. That would defeat the entirety of the purpose.
But what is it?
I can't see it. Tell me what it is.
If you have to ask, you are not the one to buy it.
I need to know if I can use it.
And again, the point is missed. If mere use is your concern, you should go elsewhere. The person who claims this will not be known for using it. They will be known because they paid for it.
And is it worth the money?
So you sell one very expensive item, and it's worth it?
Let me now interrupt the inevitable defense of your thrift. I'm sure you have treasures, and you will have many more. You could parade them from here to Halam Shiral, but none of that would allow you to say you have purchased this. The item is irrelevant. The price is worth it.
God, I hate this shit.
Well, goodbye then.
I hate the whole spending tons of money for something just for the prestige of it shit. Anyways, the folly of General Not Sheraton. 3. But during times of crisis, there can emerge abilities we do not know we possess. The servant, under the greatest duress, stood as Not Sheraton. She stood and she spoke. She stood and she led. She stood and she attacked. And under banners they knew and a voice they did not, the forces of her lay brought low their enemy. Now perhaps the servant was more lieutenant than page to her battle-hardened lord, and perhaps the strength of the foe is stressed too much in retellings. And perhaps the allied were well practiced in their roles, but unquestioned that Not Sheraton was at the least adequate and at the most inspirational. Not entirely sure who they're talking about there, but anyways, what is this one item? A mystery box. Oh, you know what? That's 10,000. That's actually not as much as I was expecting it to maybe be, but I don't know that I ever bought this. You know, even in my completionist run, I don't know that I ever remembered to come back here and get this when I probably could have, because I'm sure I mounted a ton of money. So you know what? I may have to come. If I end up amassing enough money, I might have to come and see what stupidity this is, to be honest. But not right now. Right now I'm broke. Very, very broke. Alright. Anything else to see? Not really. Here's something. The longing in the upper court. Torn page from an unsigned diary. My weakness bids me not by chance to gaze upon the upper court where shadows of our final dance and wishes of my heart consort. Okay. Interesting. Alright, I think we are good to go back down. Oh, and I guess we don't really need to go anywhere else in here. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I do have to get going now. Unfortunately, yeah, we didn't really get to do a whole lot in this part here, but once I get back, we will go probably, grab some more companions with Sarah and Vivian and everything, and then start progressing the main story further, and hopefully actually get back into, some combat and some stuff, and figure out these level ups. But anyways, for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.